All right. Welcome to Good Morning, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is December 14th, 2024, the year of our Lord Zich. Tonight, Tonight. Got it? And then, but not, and then what if, now, I never, however, once in a while, you just got to do it. And that's where we are now. It's a shame. It's a shame we can't bring this to light. Can't do it. Don't want to do it. Gotta do it. Must know about it. Huh? Drones? Yeah. Drones. What are we doing? I can't do this anymore. Drones are now they're UFOs. I know, we know. We've been talking about it for a week straight. I mean, literally. And what are the new details that have come out from the story? From the story of drones all over. Just drones. What drones? Did you see the, did you? Did you see it? In the thumbnail, the new drone. Those are drones, by the way. I did a little searchery and found out it is exactly what we thought it was. A drone. Professional drone. Not an amateur, not a consumer, but more like a competitive, professional, government-enabled, bought, and paid for drone. I believe that these drones are from China. From now on, I do. I believe they're from China. China. Hello. China. A little vagina. Vagina. China? No. Vagina. We're now calling China vagina? Who thought of that? You know I did. What's this, Mr. Sunshine? It's good to be the king. Anytime I wear black, this is the enemy. White flakes that come from dry skin, from the white man with all the privilege. There is such a thing as white privilege. No, there really is. There is. Well, there was. Well, I've never seen it. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about drones. Then we're going to get the hell out of here. And then we're going to watch a little UFC fighting. We're going to eat. We're going to sleep. We're going to be merry. How is everybody tonight? Everybody doing good? Everybody ready to have a little showtime? Huh? Mr. Sunshine threw it down before we even had a chance to say hello. It's a $5 million. Thank you for the DKK 500, Mr. Sunshine. Welcome to the show as well. A continuing supporter of Goof on YouTube can help Truthology for you. Followed you with a super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. You too can become a member and get all the previous perks that everybody else has been enjoying. If there are any, I don't know if there are any, but there might be. Support is beautiful. Support is beautiful. Wait, there was another? Nathan threw down, excuse me. Nathan? It says $3.23. $3.33. Sorry, I read that wrong. Thank you, Nathan, who woke me up from a slumber. I don't know how I fell asleep. Well, I do. But thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Mr. Sunshine, who has been a continuing supporter as well. Nathan's been around since day one. That's amazing to me. You're an amazing human. Mr. Sunshine, thank you for the nice super. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Mr. Sunshine, Nathan, to start off the show. And I'd like to say hello to everybody else. We're not going to do a roll call. We're just going to keep going because, you know, the delay tonight. So Tomas Robert is here. Power Off is here. Contrary 111 is here. Sky Allen is here. Paula Faust is here. Hold on. Wait a second. Oh, I thought that was a... Never mind. Ms. Blitzkrieg is here. Welcome to the show. David Wilcox, not Wilcock, is here. All right. I appreciate it. Glenn, there's the guy. There's the man. I do feel a little better than yesterday now that I've slept. There he is, the man, the myth, and the legend. Legend. Alfie Joe Bob is here. Paula Faust is here. Thank you. All right. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Brandon Smith is here. UFO 91 is here. Sky Allen. Boop. Ice Rain J. What is up, IRJ? Okay. Deaconator is here. All right. I said I wasn't even going to do roll call, and I did a little bit anyway because, you know, I feel bad. You know, people like that. I'm here, they say. And I know. It's happening everywhere, and it can't stop. It won't stop. It's not stopping. These drone incursions are getting out of control. OOC. Ook. Police. Mystery deepens as police UAV is evaded during pursuit of 50 drones. Have you heard about this? I know. 50 drones. This is getting out of control. 50? Now we're talking about, now that's an invasion. Yeah, 5, 6, 7. I'm not really impressed. 50? Now we're starting to talk about like invasion shit. Because let me pull up the article just so you know I'm not making it up. Got a lot of love to show you tonight. A lot of love. A lot of mystery deepening. I love me a mystery. love. Hey, whoa, that was weird. Did you guys see that? How'd that happen? Boop. Nah, I don't want to be in there. Put me on top. Beep. A police department in New Jersey reported that a drone it had sent up to investigate was unable to apprehend the... All right. First of all, if you own a drone, you stupid person in power, your drone can't go up to another drone and go, hey, come with me or you're going down. Now, drones don't talk, but the intimidating factor of a drone being flown by a pig in a clown costume, I mean, this is getting out of control. I'm sorry. I let my emotions get the... I meant a police officer in uniform, not a pig in a clown costume. What am I talking about? And if you're a cop, fuck you. All right. No, they're all corrupt. I mean, I'm not even joking. Even the nicest pig is a corrupt one. It's just my opinion. Growing up with them, I don't know. It's just my opinion. All right. So I don't want to get crazy on you and go that way. Now, the mystery surrounding the appearance of countless unidentified drones above air bases and other facilities in the U.S., UK, and Europe has become so widespread that it has now graced the headlines of just about every newspaper in the Western world. Multiple instances of drone incursions have been reported, sometimes involving dozens at a time, and authorities are still struggling to determine who is sending them. Wait, what? Wonder who is sending them and for what purpose. Whoa, that was weird. Some have speculated that the drones have been sent to scout out potential targets for an attack, perhaps by Iran or Russia, while others maintain that the whole thing has been blown out of proportion. Recently, a police department in Jersey, a state that had already been the center of the phenomenon, reported that it had sent up an industrial-grade drone of its own to pursue a group of 50 unidentified drones that had crossed over onto land from the ocean. Now, look. They didn't cross. All right. They crossed over land. Ooh. Like, where else are they going to come from the ocean? They come from the ocean, they're going to go over land. Don't make it sound like it's worse than it is, newspaper people. The U.S. Coast Guard also cited 13 drones. Oh, of course. Did you see that? This article came out yesterday. Unlucky 13. Are you stupid? With an estimated wingspan of 8 feet, followed one of its boats, the Coast Guard's boats. Ooh. The drones followed the boats. They're getting closer, Margaret. They're getting closer. Clarice. All right. Let me get a drink here and wet the palate. I need to re-wince. We wince? I'm wincing.
Former Governor Larry Hogan shot this video last night. These lights over his hometown in Davidsonville, just 25 miles from the nation's
Hulk Hogan's
capital,
dad,
as he pointed out. And then there's this.
I've never seen them.
Wow, they just passed each other.
Yeah, I've never seen them before.
New Jersey Senator Andy Kim shared this video of drones he shot yesterday. Federal authorities insist most of these sightings are actually legally manned aircraft. But Senator Kim says he checked a flight tracker app while capturing this video and that the devices he was capturing were not on it. The sightings are happening near LaGuardia Airport, too. Officials say they received unconfirmed reports of drone activity over that busy airport. As for numbers, the FBI says it's received more than 3,000 tips from the public about drone sightings going back to November 18th, all over New Jersey. Since then, there's been an average of 92 sightings per night and expanding across half a dozen states.
Wow.
In a joint statement, the FBI and Department of Homeland Security said, quote, "We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat." or that they have a foreign nexus. Lawmakers, however, aren't buying it and are pushing for answers and action. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and 2 other senators wrote a letter calling for a briefing with the FBI and Homeland Security. Well, in Connecticut, Senator Richard Blumenthal says the devices should be shot down if they can't be identified. And we've learned that House Speaker Mike Johnson did get a federal briefing on the sightings, as have Senate staffers in a few select offices. But other than that, there's been very little transparency. So what's going on? Is this some contagious mass hysteria? Or are people really seeing something that our government cannot identify? Our own Rich McHugh went out drone hunting in New Jersey. He did not come back empty-handed. Rich, tell us what you saw.
I'll tell you. All right, bitch. Hey.
Hi, Elizabeth. Well, I got to be honest here. You know, when this story first came out a few weeks ago, as a resident of New Jersey, as a journalist, I didn't pay it much credence. I thought it would turn out to be a bunch of pranksters and this would all be over by now. The experience I had last night, however, changed the way I feel about this story completely. What I saw was more sophisticated than I ever imagined. Take a look.
Oh, wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 lights, 6 lights.
Oh,
didn't
my
believe in
God!
what I was seeing. But what was I seeing?
It's
We're
an
here
airplane!
in Central Jersey. We've been looking for the past hour. I think we've seen about 40 or 50 of these drones. In fact,
I gotta stop for a second because I'm sorry. Really, I am. I mean, really, really sorry. This is so out of the norm control. This is getting to the point that it's so ridiculous right now. See, I think this shit's been going on the whole time. Not like this, but for some reason, I think the government's just being effed with. But if it wasn't happening a lot of places in the Europe and UK as well as the US, I mean, France and Italy, they had theirs. Everybody's getting them. Everybody, and it makes you wonder, is it Jaime Maussan's Moomy Doomies flying around in revamped, renewed, and rebirthed DNA? They built these drone ships and then have now flying noisily into secured airspace. Why? One thing at a time. Ready? Why? Maybe that's a little hard. Okay. Who is flying these things? Who? We'll come back to that one. Well, let's come back to who, why, and how about, this should be easy because they're drones. They're limited on how far they can go. There's a perimeter. They can only fly for 25, 45 minutes, maybe. I don't know. But they come from within this little circle, this perimeter here. How come we're not shooting these down? Who said we're not? Who said we're not trying to shoot them down? Oh, there was a resident who tried shooting them down. Yeah, you didn't hear about that. Yeah. I was so happy. I was so happy when I saw this. Can we show it? Here we go. Is it up? Oh, shit. It worked. Okay. All right, hold on. I cheered at this. Yes! Finally, somebody, a local resident, attempts to shoot down a drone in Jersey. Oh my God. Yeah! Get it, get it. Oh, why can't he shoot it? Get it down. Oh yeah. Where are you shooting? You're all the way over there. Oh, nice lead. Oh. This is amazing. Come on, America. Kick his ass, Seabass. Drone hunter. Yeah. That's what you get. That's the America I know. Wait, did it show up at all? Yeah, it did. That's the America I know. We need to come together and do that. I'm telling you, if they were over here, I'd freaking would definitely do it. I would shoot it down too. Joe, that's right. He's a stormtrooper. He didn't hit shit. He couldn't hit the side of a barn from there. That's funny. Pew pew. Mystic, how you doing, Mystic? What's up, everybody? Lunar Sparkles won. Howdy do. All right, let's get this guy in here. Finish off. This guy's trying.
In fact, there's one over my shoulder right there. One after another, after another.
Hey,
These
Sonny,
drones
531.
appear in the night sky. If you look real close, they look like fixed-wing aircraft, about 8 to 10 feet wide, colorful, white blinking lights.
That is not a...
Hey, if you look close, they look like airplanes. They look like a fixed-winged aircraft. Ooh, really? You think? I mean, people think of drones and they can't get their mind off the fact that there's more than one kind of drone. They're not all four props that, hey, wait a minute now. Something just happened. They're not all, propellers, some of them have like a literal, with the propellers, they've got little rocket engines as well. These are big drones. Yeah, these aren't the ones you go to Target. A little bad choice of places to go buy one, but this is so much fun. This is fun. I know. I love this. Look, let's go back.
Wing aircraft.
Okay, so they're showing us an airplane. You can see right? That's the airplane.
About 8 to 10 feet wide.
That's an airplane, or is this a drone? This looks like an airplane.
Colorful, white blinking lights.
That is not a plane.
Definitely.
Okay, so these are big drones. Look at that sucker.
Definitely not an airplane, but what?
Right. There you go. See, this is the problem I think we're also having. Like, these are unmanned. These are UAV, not UAP. They are drones, but these are like big boy drones. These are $20,000 drones and up. That's what we're looking at here. Unless these are all, made by the next door neighbor with add-ons, and this is just this doesn't make sense. We need the who, we need the why, we need the where. We know when this started a little bit ago. At least a year and a half that we know of, right? And who, what, where, when, why. We don't know anything. Government saying it's not them. I say, I don't believe you. Nobody does. We know we're involved somehow, allowing this to happen. People want these things shot down. I really hope and pray to alien lord Zitch, that these really get shot down. I really need one of these to be captured by an American, like a real, true-blooded, red-blooded American who will shoot, not be afraid to say, I shot her down, I don't give a fuck, and look who it says inside here, made in Japan. That's what's going to happen. It's going to say made in Japan, and we're going to be all confused. Next thing you know, Taiwan is taken over by China. You've heard about that. China flexing its dominance in the Strait of, what is that strait called? China Strait? Taiwanese Strait? Yeah, this is getting out of control. We're seeing, I believe, the beginning stages of military action. I believe this is somewhat allowed to happen by the Biden administration to let China, because Biden is in bed with China, to let China, not Iran, not Iraq, not Afghan, not any ands. This is because of the Biden administration. And they're allowing, I believe, allowing China to come in and do whatever the frigonometry they want, and allowing them to invade our secret socialistic airspace that they're allowing them to, yeah, in America. That's right. That's what our military has become weakened by this administration. That's a fact. That's a fact, Jack. So I don't trust our military. Right? I don't trust the administration right now. They don't want Trump in, and they will use this to keep Trump out. They will find a way to make the drone incursions turn into a world war event. Telling you. You'll see. Kevin. Oh, thank you for the $4.40 56 456. Oh, I see what you did there. Thank you very much for the PayPal support during the show of all times. Thank you very much, Kev. Appreciate it, man. Can't put it up on the screen, but thank you very much for the PayPal contribution. Thank you, man. What's up, Tom Tom? Marcel, when'd you get here? All right, let's finish this off here. Hear what this guy has to say. Go.
What was it? Hours earlier, I was invited to join the Ocean County Sheriff Department. They launched their own drones to see if they could intercept the mysterious aircraft New Jersey residents have been reporting.
Now that's the drones I have right here. I have one of these. You have one. We all have the little, handheld ones, basically, right? We don't have the ones you put on a freaking runway or in the back of a semi or on the back of a ocean liner. Ocean liner? Weird way of saying that, but all right.
In recent weeks, the department says these mystery drones evade detection because they don't give off heat like regular drones.
Why do you think that is?
We don't know. It's just something that we haven't, it's not something that we've had our hands on. It's not something that we've experienced.
Something they hadn't experienced until now. One of their officers called 911 after seeing 50 of them come off the ocean.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
And this is a sworn officer?
A sworn officer, yes.
Oh, man, this looks... Look at the way he's talking. He's like a robot, this guy.
Come off the ocean.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
He didn't blink one time.
And this is a sworn officer.
A sworn officer, yes.
He didn't blink one time. This guy's up to no good.
Advised after we made contact with that officer
Watch.
that
He doesn't
there were
blink.
50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
And this is a sworn officer.
A sworn officer, yes. We contacted
15 seconds. He didn't blink for 15 of those seconds we saw
state
him.
police. We contacted the FBI.
Who doesn't
we contacted
blink?
the Coast Guard, at which point the
There
Coast
he
Guard
goes.
went out with their boat, and they reported seeing 13 following their boat. And then the Coast Guard also advised that they went over them about 300 feet and had a wingspan of about 8 feet.
I see one right here.
So we're hearing the same things being repeated, which to me seems scripted.
Did I see the same thing that officer saw? I'm still not sure. What I can show you is this video. What I can tell you is I've never seen anything like it before.
Wow.
In more than a month since these reports started, the federal government doesn't know what they are either. What's your message to the White House?
My message: come to the Jersey Shore. I know it's wintertime, but come see what we see, and then, maybe have a better appreciation for why our residents are concerned.
The Ocean County Sheriff, that drone unit, they have an industrial grade drone. They put it up. They were tracking one of these drones, Elizabeth, and they said this thing easily evaded them, disappeared out of thin air. So, to me, if this is not our military, then it's even more scary.
Disappeared out of thin air? Do you hear this? Do you hear the unbelievable amount of bullshit coming out of the news? First of all, I can tell you this much. It's not hard to disappear as a drone. Not that hard. Just turn off the lights and move away. Okay? Not that hard. Don't act like they're magically disappearing, guy. That's what he's making it sound like. They just disappeared out of thin air. 1 minute they were there, next minute, boop, gone. And look at her. That's satisfaction for me.
And we need answers, frankly.
All right, Rich McHugh. Thanks so much for watching.
No, not buying what they're saying, and you're not selling it to me either. I'm not buying into it. Not buying into it. No way. This is bad. This is bad. I'm going to show you the clearest, if you haven't seen the thumbnail yet for the show or seen the video of what the clearest footage that we have so far of the drones. In my opinion, I'm telling you guys, they are making this into something that isn't. And they're obviously not telling us the truth. But here's the clearest drone footage that we have. And the funny thing is, people are saying, I've never seen anything like it. Well, I'll show you. You have.
This is crazy. God, look at it.
Look at that thing.
That's not.
Isn't that weird? In a way it is, and in a way it isn't. Not so weird after all. I'm going to bring a picture of drones up for you.
Not a plane.
I just can't understand it. I've never seen anything like it. This is amazing. I don't understand it. I've never seen. That's because people haven't looked up at the sky for the first time since they got their freaking smartphone. That's why. This is the first time people are looking up in years. Since 2006. This is the first time people have looked up in the sky.
That's with my camera. Look at this thing.
You look at it.
See?
Pretty cool though, right? Take a look one more time.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. There you go. That's the guy. That's the drone. Everybody's talking about everybody sucks. That's the drone in that little corner up there. All right, we can get rid of it, I guess. Boop. Now, I was going to show you a picture of some drones. Just take a look, because a lot of people don't believe that they've ever seen a drone look like this before. But I got so many pictures to show you that, yeah, you have. You've seen these before. It's just you're letting the mainstream media buy into your brain. Let me show you some pictures of drones that look like, and I'll bring it back up, that drone we just saw. Look, here it is right here. This one. Probably this one right here. Or this one. See, don't let them tell. Look, here it is. That's it. I think. Let me pull it back up. Clear. Here we go. In 5, 4. Screwed it up. Here we go. So this is the drone. I got a lot of things open here. Get this here. Let me show you closer. Pull it up there. Press play here. I think that's as close as we get it.
That's not a plane.
So that's the video that's making the still image that's making the internet blow up. And I believe it's this right here. Right? I mean, just look at it for a second and then kind of looks like this one. It depends on the angle. But let's not be fooled here. Okay? These are military grade drones. And what we just saw was one of these. That's all. I just showed it to you. That is the drone. Now, yeah, there are different versions of it, like this one here. You know, you can kind of see that this part right here in the drone video. Look. Right there. You know, there it is on top. And I can't blow it up. Let me take a still image and I'll blow it up. Let's do that. Can we do that? All right, here we go. Is it this? Yeah. All right, so now I got a still image. I just took a picture of that. And let me pull up screenshots. We just took one. And where is it? Here it is. Pulling it up. Now we're going to zoom in. And there we go. All right, I'm going to show you now. Picture of the drone, very close up. Because that's the kind of guy I am. I am. Here we go. And 4, 3, 2, and drone. So there's the drone. Okay. I got an itch. Hold on. Oh, that feels so good. Why do scratches feel so good? Oh, all right. You see this top and bottom part? And this and the. Let's see if we can find this. Okay. Kind of, right? We kind of found it already, I would have to say. Whoops, let me get on the actual image here. Let's close this off. So we're looking for very angular looking. Now, look at the military drones. Can you see these? And this is amazing. There's a plethora of them. Now, the way the sun is hitting the object and the background makes it look completely foreign to us, right? But in reality, this is just a drone. Now, I don't know if there's a propeller on the back here. Could be a propeller. But take a look. These two pieces are the same. I'm looking for something that looks like this. Now, are we seeing a top? Are we looking on top? Are we looking at it at a side? We're looking at it from, I guess, a side vantage point, right? As it flies by. It looks like there is a propeller right here. And right here. Maybe those are propellers. All right, let's go back to military drones. Okay. So we see some variables here, right? I mean, look at this one to the right. What are those interesting marks that are on that vehicle? You know, from the angle we were looking at it. Look at this one. Look at that drone. It's like a helicopter drone. Jesus. Amazing, right? Yeah, that drone alone right there is probably 40, 50 grand. Now here's some interesting drones. This one here kind of reminds me of what we're kind of looking at, right? If you look at these pictures, sort of like this one. Keep going back to this. If this one was a little more pointed, we could have our drone. Yeah, here, look at this. See? Look how weird they get. I'm telling you, oh, this looks like it almost, right? Watch. See that to the right? Now watch. All right, we're getting there. It's not so pointed. You see how this object has points? This might be a custom job, obviously. So, could we be looking at China drones, which I believe we are, mixed in with American drones, which I believe we're seeing, working together in tandem with probably a lead drone showing them where to go? Follow me, guys. I know you've been watching the United States for 60 years every day and night, but now that you're on the land and inside, why don't you just take a tour and let us know what you think? This is getting out of control. So we're seeing all different variables. Now, I want to show you something funny. Look at this angle. Imagine that coming at you at night, and you're going to see lights here, there, then probably a light here on the tip of the wing there, one on the nose, one on the belly, one on the tail, if there is any. Out of control. You see that thing coming? I mean, look at that. Come on. We're seeing these. I don't know what to believe, really. I really don't. But look. Here's more pointed. Oh, that's a that's a drawing of one concept, but thought it was real. All right, here we go. Look at these weird type of drones. See, they're using unmanned aerial, not just drones. They're using airplanes. Well, drone planes. So they're drones that look like little airplanes here, like this. Nobody's in there. Although you could put a small human in there, probably. They'd have to be laying down, looking up with a periscope. Look here. There we go. We got a wing on the back. A propeller on the back, just like I thought. And then the nose has a little pointy thing. See? We're getting there. We're getting there, kids. Show more. Oh, all right. Let's see some more of these. Oh, look at the angles here. Look at this. This one here. I don't see any sharp things on the ends like we were seeing in the other drone. But now look at the weirdness of this. See this wing over here? Concept type shit. Shit's real. It's all out there. It's all out there for the taking. And they're showing us. China, whoever it is showing us how weak, how vulnerable, how open we are in America. Screw the borders by walking in. What about flying in and flying into our airspace? You may have closed the border or about to, but you've opened up secure airspace for the enemy. And we are allowing it to happen. Just know that, guys, girls, in between. Just know that your government is failing you at this moment. They don't care because that's the Biden administration. Biden administration hates America. Just know that, and you'll be okay with this. Just remember, the Bidens did this. They're doing it to us. They're ruining America. And now they're trying to allow fear to be put into Americans and our allies abroad before Trump gets into office. Look at this one here. Look at that. Is that a drone? Jesus, that's a freaking drone. Look at the size of that thing. Look at it. It's an airplane, basically, unmanned. So I didn't find the exact profile pic of this, but I don't think we were that far off. I don't think we were too far behind figuring that out. We know. We know. You know? We know. That's all. We know. We know. Now, yesterday, I was playing Third Phase of Moon video. Greer, Billy Carson were addressing the drone incursions, and I'm going to continue where I left off because it's really good. And I only played a few minutes of it yesterday. So I want to continue playing that since, we've got some time here between you and I. I'm going to play a minute or two of Third Phase of Moon with Greer and what's his name? What's his name? Hold on. Why is that playing? My show started playing in the background. This is such a weird night. All right, here's where we left off. Let's go back right here.
And a psychological warfare spin on
Welcome to Goof On, everybody. If you want to help support Goof On, you can do that with a super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. It's almost Christmas. Show some love to the guy who brings you truthology for ufology.
As sort of a cosmic Gulf of Tonkin that basically, to follow on with what you said, the outcry by the media that was all scripted and that then went to a public outcry forced Johnson to greatly expand the Vietnam War against his better judgment. This is historical fact, and it led to that quagmire, but it enriched the military-industrial complex trillions of dollars. So, they don't really care if it kills millions of people. They care if it consolidates their power as sort of a cosmic Gulf of Tonkin that basically, to follow on with what you said, the outcry by the media that was all scripted and that then went to a public outcry forced Johnson to greatly expand the Vietnam War against his better judgment. This is historical fact, and it led to that quagmire, but it enriched the military-industrial complex trillions of dollars. So, they don't really care if it kills millions of people. They care if it consolidates their power and their control. And remember, money at that level isn't about a paycheck. It's about power, about control.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
The power, the control, whoever's in charge,
Obviously, they want to seize it all. And what's been going on lately in the UFO hearings, in our documentary, we're talking to firsthand eyewitnesses that Dr. Stephen Greer brought forward. We got DC Long, Michael Herrera, and among others. So when that happens, why do you think that these UFO hearings aren't talking to these firsthand eyewitnesses? Why are they bringing in these people
Well,
that are second and third hand?
First of all, they've been approached by people like Lou Elizondo and others who are professional disinformation operatives. Secondly, they don't want actually to know the truth. And I put a portfolio together for House Oversight that have had a couple of hearings that listed, and it was on a hard drive as well as printed out, that had 762 whistleblowers firsthand. And I gave them the top 23 that needed to be brought forward who were high level, who had direct information. Instead, they pull in people who have no direct information or secondhand witnesses, or who, in the case of someone like Mr. Grush, had followed some leads that I had provided to his bosses at Senate Armed Services and Senate Intelligence Committee, but he himself was never a direct witness. The people who were direct firsthand witnesses, very curiously, they never have called. And on top of it, here's a larger problem. When I first was called in by the senior investigator for the chair and co-chair of Senate Intelligence Committee about 3 years ago.
What did we talk about? Anytime Greer puts his finger in his ear, he's about to talk some bullshit. Right? Remember, we pointed that out. What happened? Here we go.
It was on a hard drive as well as printed out that had 762 whistleblowers firsthand. And I gave them the top 23 that needed to be brought forward who were high level, who had direct information. Instead, they pull in people who have no direct information or secondhand witnesses, or who, in the case of someone like Mr. Grush, had followed some leads that I had provided to his bosses at Senate Armed Services and Senate Intelligence Committee, but he himself was never a direct witness. The people who were direct firsthand witnesses, very curiously, they never have called. And on top of it, here's a larger problem. When I first was called in by the senior investigator for the chair and co-chair of Senate Intelligence Committee about 3 years ago, they wanted everything I...
Right? Watch.
For the...
Anytime, and I'm not joking, when he puts his finger in his ear, he's saying something that's meaningful to him, but he's lying. Or, see, that's the thing. It doesn't always equal a lie. It equals what's important to Greer. So when he puts his finger in his ear, I think it's he's what are you calling it? Consoling himself. Yeah, when they touch your hand, like when you put your hands like this, or you go like this, or you touch yourself. Watch. Yeah, it's funny. Now let's hear what he says. Why is he doing this?
And on top of it, here's a larger problem. When I first was called in by the senior investigator for the...
Here's the lie. Was he called in by the senior executive, whatever he's saying, the senior person?
Chair and co-chair of Senate.
He didn't even go in the ear. You ever notice, like, how can he go in his ear with that thing in there? And how come the other ear never gets itchy?
The people who were direct firsthand witnesses, very curiously, they never have called. And on top of it, here's a larger problem. When I first was called in by the senior investigator for the chair and co-chair of Senate Intelligence Committee about
what
3
a
years
liar.
ago, they wanted everything I had. And I said, I will give it to you. But they said, and I said, you're going to need a dedicated staff to investigate this, because this is a very complex issue, and more complex than you can imagine. So
Yeah.
our first meeting was
It's such a complex issue that you won't be able to understand it unless I tell you about it. That's what Greer's basically saying. You won't be able to understand it because it's so complex that you'll take it the wrong way and not understand what's going on here. So Greer is literally telling them, us, that the only way people can understand anything that's going on is if he tells us about it. That's basically it. About anything. He's the one you want to go to.
a few hours in a SCIF, which is a secure compartmented information facility that's assigned to the Senate Intelligence Committee. And after that, they were going to have a staff of about 30 people through a contractor assigned to us to really do a deep dive into this. But the funding never got put together for that. Similarly, in the last couple of years, the House Oversight Committee was asking for a select committee with funding and professional staff, and that was denied funding, so that never happened.
By the way, that this is true. And notice, no finger, no ear, just telling us the truth. And look how he is.
So let me, in the interest, I'm not trying to defend the incompetence of Congress, but also they don't have time and they don't have staff. The man who was the senior lead for the Senate investigating this was told he could spend 10% of his time on this issue when he needed 30 people spending 100% of their time. So in other words, they're trying to do it on the cheap and the quick and the dirty, but when they tried to put together the funding and the appropriations to do it properly, they've been cut off at the knees. And I've been watching this. And so I'm not trying to defend the fact that we put on a silver platter, here are these firsthand witnesses who need to be called and they won't do it. And instead they pull in these know-nothing people. But the problem is they also don't have a real investigation. I mean, it's sort of amateur hour. I hate to say that.
Guys, he is 100 on point with the things he just said in the last 2 minutes here. They don't have the help. They don't have the staff. And they don't know what they're doing. You know, you need somebody in there with real experience in this field, not a congressperson. I appreciate them giving it a try, you know, and looking into it the best they can, but they're limited to what they know, and they don't know anything about the nuances of ufology and the ebb and flow of the way information is disseminated. Basically, right? They wouldn't know what's fake news. Well, we would. So having these people take over and run Arrow and anything in the Pentagon, it's nice to see the effort put forth by our government, but it's kind of like, you know, we're doing it just to do it, just to say we're doing something instead of nothing, but they're not doing it in the fashion that we would like them to investigate this shit. And that's because they're being cut off at the knees, which Greer pointed out. So very difficult to work in the government to try to get the information for disclosure and the information that would open the door to other folks who would like to talk about the truth, whistleblow, and whatever. But those folks won't come forward until somebody does that brings firsthand evidence, firsthand account, firsthand evidence, not just the account. When somebody does that, the floodgates will open. I guarantee it. Which is why this whole thing bothers me with whistleblowers and all that other stuff, because it only takes one person to come out during those hearings and say aliens are real. And I'm saying they're going to have to do it like this. Here's the address. Here's who to get involved with. Here's ... And if that guy walks out of that room and gets in his car and starts it and survives, then he was lying. I'm telling you, they don't care. If you come out, let's say David Grush was firsthand whistleblower, firsthand account guy. He even brought a piece of metal with him. Let's say we got a little bit of that guy, a little bit of circuitry. Let's go a little step higher. Circuitry from an alien craft. He brings it into the hearing. Nobody knew, but he whips it out of his pocket and goes, right here, I have evidence of an alien technology that was given to me by who's now dead. It'll have to be a dead guy because you can't go after, you don't want anybody else to die. I'm risking my life telling you about. That's what we need. As soon as that guy comes out with that thing in his hand during a congressional hearing live on national television, the doors will always remain closed. It's going to take one. Not drones. Drones. This is I don't think it's a distraction. I just think this is a way to get the American public, the world, on notice about, remember, this goes back to 2016-17 when Elizondo came out with everybody else saying, threat, threat, threat. What did I say? Can't have disclosure unless you can't have disclosure. You can't. Because you always have to have a threat of the unknown. And the unknown is the aliens, which probably isn't real. Look, there are aliens, but they're not here probably. I'm just going with the evidence I don't see. So we got no aliens to show. We have no evidence to show. We don't have any firsthand whistleblowers to hear. So what do you want from the American people? Of course, they're not going to believe it wholeheartedly just because people are saying it on national television in a hearing where they raise their right hand and say, fuck you, to something they don't believe in. Because it's scripted. The whole entire thing. And without the threat, our government can't survive on just saying, well, it was military action, but that's all I can tell you. But why would military be over Phoenix, Arizona on March 13th? It doesn't make sense. I didn't know we had floating craft with 6 lights that can just beep, be gone in an instant. What are they going to say? Yeah, about that. Yeah, we got technology like that, but can't say aliens anymore, can I? Can I? No, we ruined that. Can't say it anymore. So when we need funding and a big craft comes over your city and you don't have the funding to find out what it is, what are you going to do? And you know what the people said? What were we going to do anyway? Like, we can't do anything anyway. Who cares? It's so stupid. And this whole thing, it's really amateur hour because that's this administration. It's amateur hour. And this is the best they can come up with. Let's just let them fly their drones. Oh, with impunity. Just let them go. Let them go. It's Jerry Seinfeld at the helm. Just let them go. Let them go. Let them do what they want. It's free. It's freedom. Without the threat, our government cannot sell with confidence a threat unless it's unknown. Because when you say, hey, we got a threat, well, who is it? China. We'll do something about it. We need funding. Too bad. We gave you $500 billion last year. We can't give $1 trillion this year to the military industrial complex. Just can't do it. Need to have 9 billion people on the earth for that to happen. You need to have 400 million people in the United States to afford such a thing. We're not close. We're not getting there. We're not going to do it. This is not alien. This is China, America, and maybe even Iran being involved with being led into secure areas. And we're allowing it. Our government is failing you, failing us. It's failing everybody. And I want to see my Americans, my red freaking blooded Americans, I don't care where you live, in Jersey, what are you doing? Take out that gun. Get those drones. Take them down. I'm telling you. Somebody, please. All right, let me see what's going on. I want to show you something. I'm just going to get rid of that right there. Get rid of that right there. Getting angry. Now I'm getting angry. All right, here. Listen to this. Let me finish this for you. I'll be right back.
Who are very overextended and they're very busy. So this is the real problem with any of these people in Washington. And it certainly it's
that ear. Why did he poke it? I mean, this guy's got a problem. He's got something in his ear and he needs to have it cleaned. That ear is filthy, dirty.
To be called and they won't do it. And instead they pull in these know-nothing people.
Nudniks.
But the problem is they also don't have a real investigation. I mean, it's sort of amateur hour, I hate to say that, with people who are very overextended and they're very busy. So this is the real problem with any of these people in Washington.
So it's not the real problem with these people in Washington. Look at this, the licking of the lips, the excitability. He's about to say something that he thinks is... All right, God.
And certainly it's the problem with the existing administration. But it's also a huge problem with the incoming administration because they're busy with a million other things. And, now here's what I think will happen. The revelations and the disclosures that are coming from this group defecting is going to focus everyone in Washington and in London and in Russia and all over the world like a laser because it's going to.
So Greer is saying there's a group of defectors. That's a very big word. It has a lot of weight because it means, I don't know if it means treason, but when you defect, he's not really using the term in its correct sense, but it's serious as defecting and coming out and telling the truth about what these people think they know when it comes to alien, foreign, domestic technologies that we, the people in America, on the world public, don't know about. Yeah. So, never mind. I forgot. Right there.
Going to be inescapable material.
All right.
And senior operators, meaning SOs, special operators who have been operating these facilities and tactically involved, including the downing and retrieval of the ET craft and things like that. So at that point, it's no longer speculative and the proof is there and there are multiple corroborating people from these black sites. So I think that this will start a new era of at least attempting to get to a professional investigation, which has never happened before, honestly. There have been, sort of half-hearted attempts over the decades, and most of those have been corrupted, like the Arrow office was corrupted with Dr. Kirkpatrick, other prior efforts, like the Condon Committee in 1969, the Robertson Panel in 1953, they were all corrupted. We have CIA documents.
Right. Anytime something doesn't go his way, it's corrupt. See, here's where I have some problems with a lot of people in this field. And, Greer's done a tremendous amount of research and work that many of you don't respect or value, but you should, because it's one of the most important things researchers, people, you name it, that has ever graced our presence in ufology. Love him or hate him, Greer is like the Alex Jones of ufology. He says things that seem so outlandish, but then 5-6 years later, holy mackerel, he's right. Sometimes that happens. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. So is Greer spitballing, or does he really know people? See, I want to see pictures of Greer with all these so-called people that he's talking to, right? What does he say? I've decommissioned. No, when he talks to people, when he talks to presidents, but he doesn't. He doesn't talk to them. He talks to their peeps, and their peeps relay the message to the president. See, that's why when Greer says, "Oh, I was I want to see the picture. I want to see it. I want to see something with you 2-3 people working together." You never see that. It's always Greer talking by himself. You know? That bothers me. I want to see Greer in a conversation with other people at the same time. Where are these people that he knows, right? Why can't he get them and let's all talk? Let's see you talk. I mean, that's kind of what they're doing here with Billy Carson, thanks to Third Phase of Moon. But that it's not what I want. I want to see Greer not interview, just having a conversation with somebody else for once other than himself. It's weird. It's just weird.
To this effect by infiltrators who look like they were truly academic investigators and they were on the payroll of the CIA.
Wow.
I can prove this, by the way. It's in our Disclosure Project Intelligence Archive if anyone cares to look them up. But here's the big problem with this, is that I'm trying to get people warned this is coming. And by the way, I didn't select this date. I want to be very clear. I've been saying this.
You know what Greer is? He's a very, very, very poor version of like a Nostradamus for ufology. He just, fuck, man. He always comes in after the fact. Like the drone shit's been going on for a few weeks. Now all of a sudden he wants to come out and talk about it. Why didn't you talk about it the day it happened? Or did he? I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. I didn't see it. He should have, you know what I mean? Like, he should have said something weeks ago. Weeks ago. Hey, to Cyril215, just subscribe to Truthology for Ufology. Thank you very much, stranger. And welcome to GoofOn as a member. Hey, Jar Jar. Mr. Kurtzen, like a Jackie. Herky day. Ear. I know. There it is. The ear. Dr. Ear. I mean Greer. Dr. Ear. Let's hear why his ear gets a little soaked here.
If anyone cares to look them up. But here's the big problem with this, is that I'm trying to get people warned this is coming. And by the way, I didn't select this date. I want to be very clear. I've been...
This bothers him. I want to be very clear that I did not select what?
Saying this to some senior incoming cabinet nominees that I've met with for president.
Right. That I met with. Who? I'm an owl. Who?
Trump. Is that
you met nobody, earwax. You met nobody. Now, Greer was in Washington, so he was there.
I'm trying to get people warned this is coming. And by the way, I didn't select this date. I want to be very clear. I've been saying this to some senior incoming cabinet nominees.
To some senior incoming cabinet nominees. Translation? People you have no idea who they are. Yeah, all right. Whatever you say, Greer, Ear, whatever you are, Mr. Ear.
That I've met with for President Trump is that I didn't pick this date. This date was picked by the group that's defecting. And so, but that's the reality I have to deal with and that they're going to have to deal with. Because this coming out in between now and early January, assuming they aren't eliminated or killed, then what we're going to have is something where the administration that's going to hit the ground running on January 20th is going to have an unbelievable task. So what I'm trying to do, if you tell you honestly, what's taking 20 hours a day for me to do right now, is to get these people read in or briefed to a point. So we have put together here. I really can't open it, but I'll just show you if you like this. This is the 312-page new briefing document for the president and the cabinet people, and for the key people in the Senate and also in other world capitals. And that is now gone out all over the world. I've handed it to a number of key people personally. And it has everything they need to know in there. It's the tip of a big iceberg of intelligence and proof and data. Evidence we have. But what I'm trying to do is get those people up to speed so that they're not caught, be crass about it, they're not caught with their pants down and unprepared when all this comes out. I mean, that's not good. And I don't care if they're left, right, center, or anything else. You don't want the leadership of the United States or allies or even other countries like Russia completely caught unawares. And then in that vacuum of not knowing, they get gaslit and pulled over into this dangerous false disclosure narrative that Billy and I have been talking about. I think people have to understand how dangerous that is. This is serious stuff, because if they get pulled into the direction of what, the guy who invented the rocket for, Adolf Hitler, Werner von Braun, who got pulled in under Operation Paperclip into our aerospace industry in the 40s and 50s. Carol Rosen, who's a friend of mine and on our team, she was the spokesperson for Werner von Braun for the last 5 years of his life. And in 1974, he turned to her and said, he described this, quote, last card they would play to consolidate world power under a totalitarian sort of military von Braun for the last 5 years of his life. And in 1974, he turned to her and said, he described this, quote,
here it comes,
last card.
I know it's hard to believe that Greer is that transparent with his ear, but it's true. And 7 out of 10 times, 70% of the times, I figured out, he puts his finger in his ear, he's unsure, or he's not confident about the thing he's about to say, in the middle of saying, or will say, or has said. And that's where his finger goes in his ear right there at a time where he's saying something very profound. Watch.
Von Braun for the last 5 years of his life. And in 1974, he turned to her and said, he described this, quote, last card they would play to consolidate world power under a totalitarian sort of military junta or leadership by playing this alien invasion card. Well, that was 50 years ago this year, 1974. This is 2024. Now we're at that 50-year mark. We knew that this was a 70-year plan that got started in the 1950s, and now it's about to come to a head. So I think all of us have a responsibility to counter that false narrative and try to provide guidance to the people and the media, but also to our leaders, that there is a golden age of humanity waiting, and it consists of the disclosure of this, but in a way that's hopeful, peaceful, forward-looking. Not
hold on. Why did he put his finger in his ear there?
And it consists of the disclosure of this, but in
the disclosure. Even he's having a hard time believing it. See? Every time he says something that's real impactful to the course of history, boom, in his ear.
In a way that's hopeful, peaceful, forward-looking, not endless war and not weapons in space and war in space.
We'll come back and finish that interview for the next several days, but man alive, I didn't write this. I want you to listen to this as multiple pilots report crazy UFO sightings to ground control. Yeah, we've got video. I mean, Mr. MBB 333 has got audio, I should say. Yeah, Mr. MBB 333 has gotten involved. Here we go. In 3, Mr. B.
It's getting wild out there in the skies above the planet. We've got activity above Germany, more activity here in the United States, especially along the East Coast. Now UFOs being spotted along the West Coast. We see that every day here at this channel. People send in stuff all the time of mysterious things in the day and nighttime sky. What you're looking at right here, that's not an airplane. That's a drone that was moving around at speeds they'd never seen before and as high as 50,000 feet. Listen to what the pilots had to say.
Hey, Center, Horizon 2207. Got time for a question?
Horizon Air 2207, go ahead.
Hey, just wondering if you have any aircraft at our 10 o'clock, out over the coast that you're aware of. Kind of some interesting looking lights out there. Not satellites, but maybe aircraft.
How far out? Because I do have an aircraft that you're 10 to 9 o'clock and about 120 miles out.
Possibly, yeah. It looks like at least 4, though. Something's flying. It's not satellites because they're changing direction. It's strange looking. I've seen this a few times over the last month in the same area.
Horizon Air 2207, Roger. How far out at your 10 o'clock and are they at a similar altitude as you?
It's really hard to tell. They seem quite far and probably the same altitude or higher.
Roger. Thanks for the report.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, Center, yeah, 1596.
1596, bud.
Is there any military activity out straight ahead of us?
At 1596, no, we're not seeing anything. I had another one report at like 30,000 feet in the Eugene area. We're not sure what it is.
Yeah, there's lots moving out there.
1596, yeah, they're looking into it.
And where is that at for 661 Lima Fox?
661 Lima Foxtrot, okay, bye. You know, to 1596, does it still look like it's in the Eugene area?
Yeah, just straight west of Eugene. I mean, we're seeing 3 or 4 targets. You know, they're all altitudes, up and down. It's pretty crazy.
You know, 1596, does it look like it's about at your altitude level 260?
There was some at 30 probably. I mean, they're shooting way up. We'd say maybe up to the 50s, it looks like.
1596, thanks. Medevac 1 Lima Fox, did you copy?
Yeah, I heard it. We'll be looking. 661 Lima Fox. Thanks, dude. I don't hold wait.
This is 2207, thanks. Alaska 835, do you see any lights or aircraft movement out here at like 3 o'clock there? I have a couple aircraft reporting it. Alaska 835, Roger, thank you. And you can contact Seattle Center 125.8 today. Medevac 1 Lima Fox, Cedric North Bend Airport.
Check North Bend Airport. And is there traffic actually out about our 2 to 3 o'clock, about, I don't know, 20, 30 miles?
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, no, is that the 4 different lights going up and down? I'm getting a few reports, but you're seeing it right in front of you now too as well?
It's 2 to 3 o'clock off, that 2 to 3 o'clock from our position. Looks about 20 miles going in circles.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, yeah, we're not seeing anything, getting lots of different reports out there, some at 30, some all the way up to 50,000, about
Wow.
3 or 4 different lights. Does it look like they're around your altitude now?
No, there's one way up high and one about my altitude. Moving in like a circle, like a corkscrew pattern.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, Roger. Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, just looking into this a little bit more. Could you give me another more accurate report, please?
All right, I'm visually have eyes on what looks like an aircraft strobe that's at my 2 o'clock and 22 miles at my altitude. I'm actually showing him on TCAS. Do you see that one?
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, I do not. Descendant pilot discretion, maintain 1-4000.
Send maintain 1-4000, Medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot. He looks like he's moving towards, it looks like it's moving towards the north. Like I said, 22 and a half miles off my right wing. Medevac 661 Lima Fox.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, thank you.
And center, Medevac 661 Lima Fox.
Medevac 1 Lima Fox, go ahead.
Just had another one show up about my 1 o'clock, about 1,000 feet high, zipping towards us and then back out towards the ocean. It's red in color, moving at extreme speeds. I don't even know how to describe how fast he's moving. 661 Lima Fox.
Medevac 1 Lima Fox, Roger. You are cleared to maneuver as necessary, left and right, to avoid the UFO out there and all the reports you're giving us.
Wow.
Good information. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yep.
Medevac 1 Lima Fox, any chance you're able to film any of that?
We're trying right now, 1 Lima Foxtrot. It's weird. It's a red circular shape, and it keeps zipping out towards the ocean and then coming back in about, 20 miles or closer to us, and then it zips back out of the ocean and we can't see it. 1 Lima Fox.
Thank you. Medevac 4 Lima Fox, you can expect it.
Say again for 1 Lima Fox.
Number 4 Lima Fox, I said you can expect that approach. Thank you. Dow's altimeter is 3017. Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot. Any chance I can throw you my number, and if you get a video of or a picture, you can send it our way.
Wow.
Controllers here, pretty interested in seeing what you're looking at there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let me get a piece of paper real quick. Hang on 1 second. All right, 1 Lima Fox, I'm ready.
All right, 1 Lima Foxtrot, area code 425.
What?
55.
All right, 42555. I have my med crew in the back trying to film it too. They're watching the same thing I'm watching up here.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, appreciate it. And name, if you want to just shoot me a text, picture, photo, whatever you got. So we're all pretty curious.
Will do. 1 Lima Fox.
So, well, that's. So, you know what that means? There will be video from pilots if they keep their mouths shut. Don't say anything. Look at that.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, descend pilot's discretion, maintain 10,000.
Pilot discretion 1010,000.
Wow.
1 Lima Fox.
Medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot. You can, I let the next controller know of what's going on there. And again, you are free to move left or right as necessary. You can contact them on 127.55. Any updates would be appreciated.
All right, you said you want me to switch to 12755 for 1 Lima Fox?
Affirmative.
And center Medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot. Pass along what's going on off to the right of my aircraft. It's still continuing. It's a red, we're only seeing one. It's a red circle-shaped object that's zipping out over towards the ocean. It disappears for a little bit, and then it zips back in about 20 miles from us off the right side of the aircraft. It's picking it up on TCAS. Comes back in, and then it zips back out over the ocean at a rapid rate of speed. It's faster than anything I've ever seen move. 1 Lima Fox. I'm trying to get a video of it.
This is crazy.
Coast Guard 606 Tree, just north of Newport. You monitoring frequency? Coast Guard 606 Tree, just north of Newport. You on frequency?
So at North End, reporting a quarter now. I think we're going to have to return to Aurora for Medevac 661 on the Fox. Cleared via direct Medevac 661 on the Fox. 125.8 Medevac 661 on the Fox.
I'll go check it out.
Seattle Medevac 661 on the Foxtrot, 14,000 heading 330 just for a couple minutes away.
Medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot, Sales Center, welcome back. Salem altimeter 3028, you are cleared to maneuver however you like. One able, proceed direct to Aurora State and advise.
Alright, one able, direct to Aurora State, and we'll let you know when we're direct to Aurora. Medevac 661 on the Foxtrot. For an update on that thing, it keeps zipping in to just barely over Florence and then back out over the ocean.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, thank you. Yeah, we have a Coast Guard helicopter that's heading down that way. They're just southwest of Newport now. I'm trying to get a hold of them, but no joy, unfortunately.
Roger that. It's definitely higher than the Coast Guard helicopter, I'm sure. They're pretty low, aren't they?
Yeah, they're down around 600 feet, but they are just off the coast. I was hoping they could see anything. I don't know if there's cloud cover, though. Flight Flight 1 Lima Foxtrot. Any chance you want to hit that guard or that Coast Guard there on guard? Our transmitters probably can't reach them that low, but you should have a pretty good line of sight. It's Coast Guard 606 tree. Coast Guard 606 tree. If you just want to hit them on 121.5 there and have them try to come up our frequency just for some questions.
All right, I'll try to get them Coast Guard 6063. That's what you said?
Affirmative.
Coast Guard 6063, this is medevac aircraft 661.
This is amazing.
Foxtrot, how do you hear? Coast Guard on guard frequency, this is medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot, how do you hear?
Thank you, Abby Wilson.
Coast Guard 6063
Albie Wilson.
on guard on 1215, medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot, how do you hear?
Coast Guard calling Seattle Center, actually looking for the medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot. That medevac is on 125.8.
And Center, medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot, couldn't reach them on guard.
Okay, thank you for trying to station calling Coast Guard 6063.
Coast Guard, this is medevac 661 Lima Foxtrot. Seattle would like to talk to you on 125.8. That's frequency 125.8. Seattle Center has a couple questions for you.
Seattle Center 125.8.
All right, Seattle just got a hold of them. They're going to contact you on 25.8.
Good night, Mr. Sunshine.
Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, appreciate the report.
Thank you.
6063 Seattle, how do you hear? Hey, I got you 5x5 as well. I know you guys are probably on search and rescue out there. I just wanted to give you a report up ahead, about 20 miles. There's been several reports now of UFO activity moving what appears to be supersonic speed, kind of inland and then back over the water. We've had multiple altitude reports all the way down to about 14,000. That's the flight level 550. I was just wondering if you had any eyes on that out there, if you saw anything. Coast Guard 6063, Roger. Thanks for the reports, and yeah, you can switch back to your frequency if you do happen to see anything out there that looks a little suspicious. It's been reported red and circular, moving really, really fast. If you see that, if you could just come back up on this frequency and let us know, I'd appreciate it. Medevac 1 Lima Foxtrot, I appreciate the report. And if I didn't give it to you earlier, Salem altimeter 3028, descent pilot's discretion, maintain 10,000.
Discretion 10,000, 3028 on the meter, and my med crew said they got some good videos they're going to send to me. We'll get over to you guys. 661 Lima Fox.
Can't wait.
Hey, wow. Moonlicht is asking, Goofon, do you think these pilots will be disciplined? No. No, and I don't see why. It's a good question, though, but I thought about that too. Now, I don't think so because I think this one just switched to another channel, but the other ones, I know. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. I sure hope not. And my gut tells me they won't be disciplined. Believe it or not, Moon, everybody, I mean, you would never guess that pilots would be in on the script too, would you? Would you? Could the pilots be in on this too? No. This is legit, man. This is unbelievable what we're seeing, hearing. I didn't think we were going to hear this many. This is so unbelievable that I don't think, because of the unbelievable factor now, Moon, I don't think they can discipline these guys. That would be hard, be a big mistake. And I'm glad that this was out in the open. This is great. See? Makes you wonder how much stuff was being reported that we never heard of because they kept it away from us. Why are we being allowed to hear it? Why are they allowed to keep talking about it on open channels? Why? Because they're drones. Because they're drones. Well, that's what they're billing them to be. What if they're not all drones? What if they're, real UFOs? What if they're real UFOs? I mean, what if they're really UFOs? Can't do anything about it. Okay, let me take that back. They can do something about it, but they're not. And I'm telling my American people, take charge. I want to see one of these on video in your backyard. I want to know how you got it. What'd you use to take it down? This is absolutely amazing.
Plus 1100, unusual report for you.
Amazing.
Multiple UFO reports. Most recent one was 50 miles west of your position over the
Jesus.
coast. Circular, red and white. We've had reports of it at 14,000, and then it'll shoot up as high as level 550 is the highest report, in kind of a corkscrew pattern, moving at what appears to be supersonic or even hypersonic speed.
All right. That is not that is not American drone technology, is it? No. Sounds a lot like China. I'm sorry. We renamed China, by the way, to Vagina. So it could be Vagina. I think it is. I've been saying it all along. They're the ones with the freaking awesome drone technology. They created, and DJI is the best drone you could buy, and it's worth every penny in my opinion. I have flown many a drone, and the DJI drone is the best, and it's made from vagina. Sorry, it's an awesome drone, but they got the meat. You capiche? They got it. Vagina. They've got the beef. They do. So now it's starting to make a little more sense, isn't it? China, I'm sorry, but China, they cornered the market, which they didn't, but in a way they did, because they are the best drone makers. And the best drone makers are flying with impunity over restricted airspace, nuclear bases, next to our airplanes, commercial and militarized, and nobody's doing a gosh darn thing about it. Isn't this fun? Let them fly. Let them do whatever they want. What'd you say? Supersonic speed? A drone? You say word? Say word? Give me a break.
So if you can look out that way and just let us know if you see anything, or if it's, whoever you see.
His story just gets better and better. It does. It's getting better and better and better and better. And that's why we're talking about it all day, 2 hours a night for the last week and a half.
Appreciate a report.
Yeah, of course. We'll look west, Alaska 1100. Thanks.
Yeah, we got time for a question. Yeah, absolutely.
How did you get such an accurate description? Was that from another air crew that reported all that?
So we actually had a medevac Pilatus that was southbound, and it appeared to, it was out over the ocean, and then it came and buzzed them about 20 miles away, same altitude, and then shot back out over the water at a very, very, very fast speed. And then we also had a aircraft in high altitude that was, I believe, at 39,000, and it just shot up past him and in front of him and went way up and then kind of corkscrewed back down, and again, very, very fast. So we're trying to figure out what it is. We don't have anything on our radar, not even a little primary target for it.
Oregon, New York also have seen these drone incursions. It is being ramped up. I'll tell you what, I'm surprised we haven't heard from Arizona, Nevada, Colorado. Was there one? I think there was one in Colorado. Maybe, I don't know. Albuquerque, New Mexico, Texas. Where are they in those states? It's really strange. This is definitely something that is more East Coast than West Coast, even though it's seemingly getting to the point where it's worldwide, if it isn't already. And you're going to tell me, our military is going to tell us, our Pentagon, the people who protect us, kind of, well, they do, but, Our DOD, they don't know what it is. It's so cute. So adorable. We can't track them. We can't do it. I mean, we don't even know what we're doing. And you want us to know what they're doing too? Get out of here. We can only concentrate on one thing at a time.
Wow, thanks for sharing.
Yep. Medevac 1 name Foxtrot. Appreciate all the
More?
reports. You can contact Portland Approach now on correction 118.1. That's 18.1. Have a good night.
118.1, we'll send you the videos on the land.
Yep, thank you.
Hey, thank you, members, too. Thank you for being new members.
Is there UFOs out there tonight?
President 2065, yep. Had
What's
quite
up,
a few of them
DB?
now out over the coast. Trying to figure it out. Thankfully, we have a Pilatus. I gave him my number earlier and just going to send us some photos.
Kuya Joey, it is coastal. It is coastal. Thank you. I couldn't put it together in my head quick enough. Yeah, it is. It's coastal. Ooh. And that's what they've been saying, right? The whole time. Hey, these are from the water, the oceans. My God, if it's not playing out right in front of us, that makes sense that it's not in the desert Southwest and the Four Corners region. See? And it also makes me believe it's China.
Photos and videos because we're all pretty curious. But yeah, a little unidentified. flying
I'm
object,
sorry. It's China.
Appearing to move at hypersonic speeds and
Wow. Hypersonic speeds. Who has that technology? China.
precision and turning.
Say it with me.
Yeah, we're all a little perplexed. We don't see anything on our end.
Oh, that's awesome. Is there a way you can share those photos and videos as well?
I'm talking to my supervisor, seeing what we can work out. 65. You can actually grab the number there from Redmond Tower. I just forwarded it to them, and yeah, you can just shoot me a text, and whenever I get those photos, I'll send them out to you. And I have no idea what to expect.
All right, Moonlicht is right to question whether or not these pilots will be in trouble for talking about this on an open channel. I guess it's one of the emergency channels out there. Brett S. Was making a mention of one of the channels earlier being like an emergency channel that they go to. But it's a good question. Why are they allowed to talk about this on an open channel or whatever? I don't care. This has never happened before like this. Never. No, this is a first. Usually you get 1, 2, maybe rare cases, 3 pilots. But man, we've been sitting here for a half hour almost listening to this video, 15 minutes. But it's really an amazing historical event that's happening right now. Even though it's just drones, my God, if China couldn't be more obvious, I don't know. I'm sold. It's China. I'm sold. 100%.
But we're all pretty curious here.
I'm sold.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I will definitely do that.
Last 1100, contact Portland Approach 118.
So we now know there's going to be video evidence from pilots, pictures, evidence from pilots. Think we're going to see them? Mm-hmm.
0.1.
18.1, hope we all figure that out, last 1100.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
So at this time...
Yeah, we know the response. Let's listen.
So aware of those drone sightings that have been reported, at this time we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but at no point were our installations threatened when this activity was occurring.
Can you rule out that these are American drones?
These are not U.S. military drones.
They said the drones that people are seeing are not military drones. However, what the pilots were seeing is an entirely different story.
Right.
What the pilots were seeing moving around off the coast of Oregon at 50,000 feet at hypersonic
This
and
is
even
Oregon.
supersonic speeds right out in here, seen by multiple pilots in multiple planes right out here off the coast of Oregon. They were very taken back One of the planes was right here near Florence. He said
it's taken aback. Not taken back. It's taken aback. How does he not know that after living for 56 years on this planet?
The UFO came in at a high rate of speed, stopped, went up to 50,000 feet approximately, and then darted back out to the ocean, and then came back in again. He described it as red, moving in a corkscrew circular shape, unlike...
Oh my God! Do you realize what just happened? Do you realize what they are saying? I just caught it. Anybody? I am embarrassed. I think, holy shit. Guys, who else talks about the corkscrew flight pattern? David Fravor. We were in a dogfight, kind of corkscrew it up. You know, he was going this way and I was going this way. Remember? He talks about the same exact thing. It's almost like this is a callback to what David Fravor saw, and they're kind of like scripted it out. So subconsciously, when we hear David Fravor's story again, or people that are new to this hear David Fravor, they're going to remember hearing this. That's the weird thing of it all. That corkscrew, it makes no sense. Can we get my disgusting fingers focused, please? There, I see me. Right? It's almost as if they're doing a callback by talking about it. I don't know. It makes no sense that they would say it's doing this corkscrew pattern. To me, oh my God. It's as if they're mocking what David Fravor said he saw by doing that for no reason at all. It's almost as if they're saying it's doing this corkscrew pattern, and they have to read the script because they want the subconscious, the mind, to be called back to what David Fravor said several years ago about what he and Alex Dietrich saw in 2004. This is amazing. Hey, yo, Sammy. What do you say, Sam? You get $5. Oh, you threw $5? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. My girlfriend really doesn't pay attention and stuff. Took pictures of some weird in the sky and called me. How do I send it to you? That is a great question. And for those who are wondering, how can I send something to GoofOn? Well, you would do it like this. You would send it to here. If you think you may have captured a legitimate UFO, send video or picture. It needs to be updated to goofonradio@gmail.com. That's GUFON radio@gmail.com. It'll take 24 to 72 hours to reply to your email, because sometimes we're just dying. All right. Yeah, send it there. Thank you for the $5, Sam. You didn't have to do that. Oh, all right, you did. No, I'm kidding. Joking. Thank you. Now you know you can always email me. There it is. And all the links to everything GoofOn is in the show description, also on the homepage of GoofOn. This is an amazing event that we're seeing. It just got so much better with the audio. I am floored. I really am. This is weird. Let's finish this off here. Let's hear what else is being said.
anything he had ever seen. The pilots were highly mystified, and as you heard, the pilot said the lights are zipping towards us, back out towards the ocean, red in color, moving at extreme speeds, and the air traffic controller told the pilots, you are cleared to maneuver as necessary, left and right, to avoid the UFO out there. So something very mysterious.
So they're saying drone a lot. And now they're incorporating UFO with this story because of the claim that the object was going supersonic, some shit really fast. So it's starting to get good, really good. And I'm excited. And I think it's China. I'm going to stand on that. I do. I really do. I'll put the link to Mr. MBB333 in the show's description. Every YouTube video I play goes in the show description. If I get the link and it's the news or it's just some clip on X, that I don't post those, but I only post YouTube videos, and Mr. MBB333's link will be in the show description immediately following the show. So you can watch or listen to those recordings. This is amazing. And that about does it for tonight here at Goof On. I have no words, but I don't know what's going on. It seems like it's China to me. And I feel China's flexing, just like they're flexing over the Taiwan Pass or whatever Taiwan, just like they're flexing over there. China's starting to flex. You know, they have as many people in their military as we have people in the United States. Don't think they're not thinking matrix revolutions. Everyone for everyone. They're already here. They're in the United States. They're the ones driving these things, flying these things. They're the one building these things, testing these things. They're the ones pushing the envelope or envelope, however you want to say ope. But it's happening. We're going to talk about it again because tomorrow is another day in ufology. And I want you guys to get your cameras out. Just take a quick look at the sky. See if you see anything weird. Just record it before you go to bed. Maybe when you wake up, it's still dark out. Go out there and just take a look around. You never know what you're going to see, especially now. And I want to know, are we seeing some strange activity everywhere? Or is it just the coastline areas? So far, it's coastline. Some inside but this is interesting and also scary. Because if it is China, which I believe it is, I think they're setting up a lot of bad things. If these drones are flying over our military bases and our nuke sites and all that, I for God dang darn hope that our bodies, our people, our military, the Pentagon, the DOD, whoever's in control of protecting the country, I hope they do walk-arounds out there and look for those drones maybe have planted something or landed and are just sitting there in their ticking time bomb, you know? So what if 50 drones go in and 49 go back out? You wouldn't know if one was missing. You wouldn't know if the one that didn't go out is just sitting there with the little tiny nuke on it. You don't know. Get out there and investigate. I believe we're in trying times here and we don't even know it yet. And The Simpsons did an episode about the future, 2025. And every time The Simpsons do something, it comes true. I digest. All right, we'll be back tomorrow for the members. It's going to be a good one tomorrow. And oh yeah, same channel, same stuff. Whatever's new, we'll talk about it. Thank you to Third Phase of Moon and their movie. What is it? Battle for Disclosure. Great title. Great movie. The link to their video will be in the show description as well. Thank you, moderators, super chatters. Thank you for helping support GoofOn. If you can, maybe squeak in another super before you get out of here. Help support Truthology for ufology, one day at a time. Thank you. No, thank you. No. Thank you. Because we do it every... Oh, we do Truthology for ufology. For you, we do it. All right. We'll see you tomorrow on the members show. I don't know what time. Maybe 5, 3, 6. It's football Sunday. I may do it in the morning. And I like them apples. That's right. If I do it in the morning tomorrow, it would be at between 10 and 12 a.m. Eastern time. But if I do it at night, I don't know what time. It'll probably be around 7 o'clock. It would be at 7. That's probably most likely when the show will be tomorrow. All right. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And hopefully I'll see you soon. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. It's so powerful. Alien bless you.
There's a good thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over and why did it down its treasured sites in Christianity? There's a new evidence that proof we're not alone in the universe. UFO, descending over the dome.